We told you earlier this week about the bold plan by the Nature Conservancy to buy 4 dams on the Kennebec River and eventually remove them to restore a free-flowing river. One of those dams is in downtown Skowhegan, and the plan comes at a time when the downtown has been seeing a business revival, and the river is part of it. 207's Don Kerrigan took a ride to Skowhegan to see firsthand what's been happening.
Joe Allman never thought he'd be running a coffee shop. He moved to Skowhegan 20 years ago as a carpenter, then became a full-time firefighter until an injury ended that career.
Had to figure out what else I was going to do.
His friend had a downtown building that needed a business. So 2.5 years ago, Joe opened this one, Joe's Flatiron Cafe.
I think Skowhegan was itching for something like this, like having a space that they could just come and hang out.
His cafe has become part of a remarkable business revival for downtown Skowhegan.
20 years ago when I first moved here, there was not a lot of businesses in the downtown and or around Skowhegan. There's a lot of empty spaces. And over time, I think with like new blood and new visions of what Skowhegan can be, it's really driven that to change.
Skowhegan was an old Maine mill town, and in a way still is. The New Balance shoe factory across the river and the Sappy paper mill down the road provide hundreds of good jobs. But just a couple of decades ago, downtown was in hard shape.
So at one point this was a bank counter, and then the 2 vaults are over there.
That didn't discourage Matt Dubois, who grew up in another mill town, Millinocket, and 18 years ago, he and husband Mike, and then Matt's brother, opened the Bankery, a classy bakery in a former Water Street bank.
Were people skeptical? Would they say, a bakery like that's never going to work in Skowhegan?
Yeah, there were quite a few people. I think some bakeries had tried time and time before, but it's a lifestyle, like to get up early and bake and put long hours in.
And customers came. The 3 owners then bought the building next door, which already had a flower shop and wedding rentals, and just kept growing from there.
Including the owners, there's 32 of us.
They have helped lead the rebirth of Skowhegan's increasingly lively downtown.
Looking at what our assets are, we have a beautiful river that runs through our downtown. What makes Skowhegan special and different than anywhere else is what we're trying to highlight. And the group of doers that are in this community are trying to do just that.
You know, number one, creating a beautiful place for people to hang out.
Those doers, many told us, are being led by the group Main Street Skowhegan and its president, Christina Cannon.
Skowhegan is definitely a different place now. We are a vibrant little rural community that is working to achieve something that's even better than what we are today.
She credits the local farmers market and the business called Maine Grains for helping propel a lot of the change. Amber Lamke opened the grain mill, which Cannon says also promotes the local food sector. That, in turn, inspired a lot of others to see Skowhegan as a place of opportunity.
People recognize that there are new businesses popping up, that we're running cool programs here around the river, paddling, biking, etc. And I think it's drawing people because they're just curious to see what's going on down here.
Enough people are coming here that the long empty spinning mill has been transformed into an elegant hotel called the Skowhegan.
Or 20 hotel rooms and then 41 residential units. You do not need a key.
Alana Atkinson, who also grew up here, is the hotel's manager.
I think a lot of community members knew we needed something like that here.
And just opened the hotel's restaurant, the Beer Garden, started by Amber Lamke and her son Miles.
It's rewarding to be able to do the hard work of changing people's perceptions of Skowvegas, right?
And as somebody who grew up here, does that feel pretty good to see?
Absolutely.
People don't have any idea that this is back here. And like, I bet that most people that drive over those bridges have no idea there's a gorge here.
And now Main Street Skowhegan is ready to launch the next big thing, the River Park, an idea that's been building for 20 years to make the Kennebec River in downtown the center for recreation and community, starting with a boardwalk, easy access down to the river, and a special machine to make waves for surfing and kayaking. Then programs for kids and adults to use and enjoy the river.
I'm having donor conversations right now about supporting the park, and it's not about whitewater. It's about community engagement. It's about what's the impact to the economy, what our youth are going to benefit from. We'll be installing the wave shaper.
The construction will start in the spring. Skowhegan is clearly changing, a different place from what it used to be, still with a mill town's heart, but also more than ready to welcome what's new.
Those are just some of the businesses in the downtown. Main Street Skowhegan says there are 18 businesses that have opened over the last 10 years and are still in business, with 2 more getting ready to open up in the new year. And just last week, residents at a special town meeting voted to give Main Street Skowhegan authority to be in charge of developing that River Park project. If you would like to learn more about the Nature Conservancy's plans to purchase the 4 hydro dams along the Kennebec, we have a link to Don's story from earlier this week on our News Center Maine website and app.